All right, so 12-team playoff. Here's what I've got.
If the season ended today, right?
Well, yeah, there are a couple of things to this. One, I want to give you a format that I like better. And two, we will play with this if the season ended today according to the AP poll. Obviously, the AP poll has no bearing on the college football playoff, but we don't yet have a set of college football playoff rankings, and so we will use the AP poll for this exercise. First of all, not just one set of on-campus games. Sorry, Mr. Carparelli. 2 sets. Right, one of the things that we heard that was a little bit of a concern was a home field advantage for the 5, 6, 7, and 8 seeds, but the top 4 seeds wouldn't have that opportunity. They would play in neutral site games. They certainly would get an advantage by having a first-round bye. So, let's play the first 2 rounds on campuses. Top 4 teams still get a bye. 5 plays 12 at 5, 6, 11, 7, 10, 8, 9. And then the winners of those games would go to the campus sites for the top 4 seeds for the second round, and then we could go to the structure that we've got right now for the semifinals and the national championship game. For the semifinals, you continue to rotate through Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Sugar Bowl, and the Peach Bowl. So you continue to rotate through those 6 sites for the semifinals, and then you just play a bid at, to the highest bidder for the national championship game.
So what is the tweak? Because
the tweak is the second round games happen on campus also.
Okay, so
right
everybody
now,
would get a home game.
The top,
yes,
the top 8 seeds would be guaranteed a home game.
There's no possible way they're going to push through a proposal in which the top 4 teams don't get to play at home, but 5 through 8 do get to play at home, right? Like, there's
unless you're just talking about the advantage being so big for getting a bye and not having to play in the first round.
Yeah, but we're talking revenue at that point.
Yeah.
A home playoff game in Tuscaloosa, just to use Alabama as another example, that is worth millions for Tuscaloosa.
Right.
And could you see, is it Greg Byrne saying, yeah, we're good with Oregon getting a home game as a team that had a worse season than us, but we don't get one? I don't know.
All right, so here you go. Using the AP and remembering that you get the 6 highest-ranked conference champions and 6 at-large spots. So based on where we are right now in records and AP poll and all of that, your SEC champ is Georgia. Your ACC champ is Wake Forest. Your Big Ten champ is Ohio State. Your Big 12 champ is Oklahoma. Your Pac-12 champion is Oregon. And your Group of 5 champion is Cincinnati. Highest-ranked Group of 5 champion is Cincinnati.
Just right there, that sounds fantastic.
It gets better. It gets better. Stick with me. Because these are the next 6 teams that get in. Alabama, Michigan, Michigan State, Iowa, Ole Miss, and Notre Dame, based on the current AP Top 25. So, now you take those 12 teams, and you seed them 1 through 12 based on the playoff rankings, or for this exercise, the AP Top 25. So here's your order, 1 through 12. Georgia, Cincinnati, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ohio, Michigan, Oregon, Michigan State, Iowa, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, Wake Forest. So, round 1 on-campus games. Wake Forest at Ohio State. The winner of, and then one other thing to remember. The 1 seed will play the winner of the 8-9 game. The 2 seed will play the winner of the 7-10 game. Did I do that right? Yeah. The 3 seed would play the winner of the 6-11 game, and the 4 seed would play the winner of the 5-12.
No.
You have to. You have to do it because you can't make the 1 seed play the 5 seed in the second round.
You just, it's like the NFL. The lowest seed goes to the highest seed. If the 12 seed wins, they go to 1, and so on and so forth.
No, you got to bracket it out before you go.
No. I mean, the NFL does it this way.
Well, it's not the NFL though.
You can't tell me that.
Who does the 1 seed play in the second round of the NCAA basketball tournament?
8-9.
They play the winner of the 8-9.
I don't like this.
Why?
No, I think because you're talking about home field advantage. If it's all a neutral site,
they get a bye and they get a home game in the second round. That's all the advantage in the world you need.
No, I don't
Just stick with me through the model.
All right.
So you would have Wake Forest against Ohio State, Notre Dame against Michigan, Ole Miss against Oregon, and Iowa against Michigan State. The Iowa-Michigan State winner in the 8-9 game would go to Georgia. The winner of Ole Miss-Oregon would go to Alabama. The winner of Notre Dame-Michigan would go to Cincinnati. And the winner of Wake Forest-Ohio State would go to Oklahoma. And then here's the other question. A couple of things. One, you remember we talked about the AP poll vote this week? Number 9 Iowa and number 10 Ole Miss are separated by 1 point. If you flip one voter's ranking, then Ole Miss is the 9, and they go to Michigan State and would then play Georgia in the second round. As the 10, Ole Miss would play Alabama in the second round. I don't know that there's a one side or the other that coin's better. I guess Alabama's probably better than having to play Georgia. But this is the fun part to me also, is looking at who's knocking on the door. Because we got a lot of football left this season, right? This is so here we are right now, 4-team playoff, and you got 6, maybe 7, possibly 8 teams that have got a shot. In a 12-team playoff, you got 12 that are getting in and another 8 that legitimately could play their way in. Kentucky, one of them. Texas A&M, Oklahoma State, Baylor, Pittsburgh, SMU, Penn State, Iowa State.
More meaningful games.
Yeah, I'm all in favor of 12 teams, but it's not even reseed. This isn't a tournament. This is a playoff. They are different things. You seed a tournament like that, but the playoffs, like in the NFL, you can get reseeded.
So you would reseed in the second round after teams had done the hard work to win a game.
If 12 beats, because 12's going on the road no matter what. If 12 beats 5, they got to go to 1.
So if Wake Forest beats Ohio State,
okay,
instead of getting the reward of playing at Oklahoma, they should instead have to go to Athens?
Yeah.
It's not like it's easy regardless. I mean, at that point, everybody's a pretty decent football team.
Yeah. But, I mean, the highest seed in a playoff, I mean, that's what like I said, the NFL is maybe skewing my view of this, but the highest seed should get the lowest remaining seed. Because you're going on the road regardless.
Yeah, I hear you. So you don't like the idea of Ohio State beating Wake Forest in Columbus and then going to Athens in week 2?
I mean, I'm sure it'll be a great game, but I'm sure whatever the other game is that you would give me is also a great game.
Yeah. And so going back to the bowl conversation, what's more fun? Campus sites for 2 rounds of these with the pomp and the circumstance and the band and the cheerleaders and road fans if they want to make the trip, or putting playoff games at crap sites, or you would assume that the bowl games that are just below the current college football playoff bowls, like the Outback Bowl and the Capital One Bowl and the Alamo Bowl and the Holiday Bowl, you would assume that they would want to be a part of this. Well, now you're eliminating all those bowl games, the really desirable ones, from the bowl season, because you can still have the bowl season in addition to this. That makes no sense to me.